I know you all love to slag off Starbucks, but when you're traveling, it's just convenient. They're always open early and they're everywhere. And okay, it's not the best coffee in the world, but it does the trick. It really does. Anyway, hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Look at the quite incredible Dresden in Germany. I'd never been here before, and rolling in from the airport last night, I was like, this place looks amazing. So I woke up early this morning to kind of do some sunrise exploring before I head off to my event. What event? Well, you've probably guessed it from the title. Yes, I'm here to check out the brand new Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. Now, I'll be honest, from the kind of launch photos, it's a car that I would call fugly, but I'm intrigued. How can you not be intrigued by any new Black Series? But that is to come. For now, I'm going to sit back, enjoy my Starbucks, because yes, it's very enjoyable, and take in this quite insane city. Now, as beautiful as this city is, as you can imagine, it would not be the ideal place to drive a GT Black Series. So we're actually heading to, I think it's called the Lausitz Ring. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's about 45 minutes outside the city. So yes, we've piled into, well, I've piled into, it's just literally just me here, COVID safe, a van, and we're headed off for a little bit of a trip to go and find, yes, a track to check out this GT Black Series. I get the feeling like today is going to be a very good day. Look at the lineup of cars here. This place is amazing. But skeptics amongst us could look at today's event in sort of two minds. The new AMG GT Black Series is all about on-track performance. It's essentially a road-going GT3 car, so it makes sense to be testing it here at the Lausitz Ring. I feel like I'm pronouncing that worse than I was a minute ago. Let's just call it the track. It makes sense to test the car on track, but it's not a track-only car. This is a road-going supercar, and so it needs to perform well on the road because it's 3 times more expensive than the already very good track-focused road-going supercar, the AMG GT3. So to warrant that price hike, to warrant it as a thing that you'd want to buy, it does still need to be good at both, I think, and we're not going to be finding that out today because I'm only driving the car on track. So it's kind of like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's where it needs to be good. That's what it's all about. But then it's also kind of clever of Mercedes because we don't get to try it where it could potentially not be so good. Because let's face it, race cars inherently aren't great road cars. But anyway, I'm going to look past that because what an insane day, what an amazing lineup of cars, and I am here. I am honoured to be here driving a brand new Black Series on track for free. I mean, they just told me to come down and do laps in a new £335,000 car, so I'm definitely not going to take it for granted. Now, in recent months, I've been doing a lot of sort of new supercar, sports car test drives, and essentially in those videos, taking the sort of new car to get coffee, an excuse for me just to have more coffee in my life. It's going to be hard to do that today because I can't take the GT Black Series away from the track, but Mercedes have luckily pulled through because inside the event space they've set up like a cafe or a barista or a coffee station, and I do feel like if you go to track a lot you do like to get out of your race car, your supercar, have a shot of espresso and get ready to go and do more laps, so it's a kind of relevant test, I think, or as I say, an excuse for me just to have more coffee. So yes, in 2 seconds we're going to jump inside, check out the space more, and then we're going to be getting behind the wheel of the brand new AMG GT Black Series before grabbing a coffee and then talking about what my experience has been like. How confident on a scale? No, we're not high five.
I was going to say we should.
COVID safe, bro.
Okay, I mean,
I was going to ask how confident on a scale of 1 to 10 are you of driving a brand new 700 horsepower Black Series Mercedes for the first time on track?
Maybe I don't even make it out the pit lane.
Yeah. Thing is, do you remember we drove? Was it a GTS to Geneva? Like. Years ago. So we got a history of this.
We do, when I was really bad at YouTube.
I was really bad at driving, but I still am. So.
Well, a lot of people left comments or leave comments on my channel saying I should collab with Sam. And we actually did a long time ago.
Too long ago. And here we are again.
Here we are.
Driving a Black Series on track for the first time.
I'm pretty excited.
Did
you hear anything?
That was disappointing, wasn't it?
That was the Black Series.
Oh God.
Are the flaps open?
right then, here we are inside the Black Series. That will happen very quickly. I was kind of rushed into the car. I'm currently following Bernd Schneider, quite an iconic Mercedes driver. He's leading the way. I've never been on this track before, which is another sort of interesting thing about this event, is I've got obviously no comparison for this car. The noise is a lot different to what I was expecting. We already talked about the fact that it's pretty quiet on the outside. Well, it seems slightly synthetic on the inside. Apart from that, the ride is already insanely firm. Remember that we are on track, which should have fairly smooth tarmac, but I'm feeling every single bump, and funnily enough, even the GTR is pretty firm in its ride, so I can imagine this is only a step up. And actually, they did advise that we leave it in the slightly softer suspension setting. The brakes are, I mean, too good for me. I'm not really using any of them. There's so much more that the brake can give me, and you can notice just how quickly it wants to accelerate. That turn-in is pretty good there. I mean, it's just, I mean, as you would expect, it's a really good track car. I mean, it's exactly what I thought I was going to say. You can just lean on that tyre though, my God, the grip from that is nuts. Obviously perfect conditions today. Beautifully sunny day. Wow, you're going to find some speed on a big straight. Heavy braking there, but even still, I say heavy braking, I'm hardly using the pedal. It's very, well, you know what, this is going to be a weird thing to say, it's very easy. I thought it was going to be a lot more intimidating. And okay, fine, I'm just kind of learning it and getting used to it. But it's much easier to get in and drive than I kind of thought it might be. I've literally never seen latte art done like that. That's quite impressive. Oh, and it tastes good as well. I'm going to put that down for a second. Let's hope I don't kick it whilst it's next to this lovely car. But if you kind of thought that maybe I was a little subdued in the car and not going, oh, wow, this is amazing. Don't get me wrong, I was loving it and blown away by the moment. But I would argue, and I'm going to sound so repetitive now, that Mercedes, AMG, whoever you want to say, have made this car maybe too serious. In the presentation this morning, their big thing was that this was putting an exclamation mark on the fact that Black Series are the ultimate in track performance AMG race cars for the road. Yes, that cliche saying that I seem to bring up all the time in my YouTube videos. But they're going after GT2 RS with this thing, and it's therefore lost some of the hilarity of previous Black Series. Recently I drove that CLK Black Series and I was laughing and giggling the whole time because it made such little sense. Whilst it was derived from an F1 safety car and all about going on track, it wasn't necessarily about going on track and blitzing lap times, which this thing is. This is so good, and someone of my abilities can't get close to what this thing can achieve. But I think, you know, to get the sort of fun out of it, you've probably got to dial everything back, turn all the traction off, you know, really be pushing on, at which point you're going to be so close to or over the limit, I would be scared. 730 horsepower in this thing. Look at any of those old Black Series outside and there's something that's a bit more charming about them. You know, they're all different, they're all a bit different, and this is, you know, this stands out to the rest of the lineup fine, and it's a modern age and it's a modern era, and maybe this is what Black Series customers wanted. Maybe Mercedes customers were dreaming of a car that could take on the 2RS around the ring. But for me, I just look at it and go, well, yeah, that's its sole purpose, because I tell you right now, that ride is going to be way too firm for public roads. It's going to be horrific. I didn't even have it in its full raciest suspension setting. So therefore, you're just going to come to track days like this. You're probably going to be really quick, but are you going to kind of love it? Are you going to have fun? Well, yeah, you probably are going to have fun. Am I being pernickety? I'm not sure. I'm going to have a little bit more of my coffee, but it's very cool. And they've done a brilliant job engineering it, but it's a lot of money. And I don't think it's got that AMG charm that we all love, that Black Series hilarity that Jeremy Clarkson famously is always going sideways with. whilst these guys are working behind me, I'm going to kind of wrap up my video. It's been an amazing day, an incredible opportunity, but a different experience to the one I was expecting, because in my mind, and based on prior experiences, Black Series have always been lunatics, unpredictable, kind of wild, and just, well, rubber burners, rear tyre rubber burners. This all feels very controlled to a certain point, and maybe I just didn't reach that point. I think on reflection, if I was in the market, I'd just buy a GTR or a GTR Pro. I think that's enough. I think you're going to have enough fun on track without necessarily needing the Black Series. But if all you care about is lap time, is that ultimate lap time, and you are a huge Mercedes and Black Series fan, then sure, there you go. But yeah, I think I would either go GTR, GTR Pro, or CLK Black Series, C63 Black Series, SLS Black Series. I just think they're all a bit more... I'm getting carried away. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure you stay subscribed for plenty more videos to come.